Linda, listen.
Your under eyes are purple.
What?
I'm sorry. I just noticed that when you interrupted me so much. I noticed how unhappy you look.
My under eyes are purple?
Yeah, you look like a very unhappy person.
I am, because I have to deal with idiots like you.
Are you in the scientific field?
No, I'm an idiot.
Yeah, you just like the historic reportage model. So let's go over this. What makes that scientific? Let's see.
It's
How
not scientific.
is the historic
It's not scientific.
reportage model scientific?
It's not.
Okay, so you have no way to connect it to reality, and it's not testable. It's not retestable. So you have.
So yeah, it's not empirical.
So you say there's more evidence for Christianity than any other belief. So you don't have any evidence.
We do have evidence.
Okay, but you have no way of testing that evidence.
We don't have empirical evidence.
Tricky.
It's not tricky, right? Okay, show me the, okay. Mr. Psychology, show me the empirical evidence for mathematics. Go ahead.
Are you kidding?
No, show me the empirical evidence for mathematics.
You want me to prove mathematics to you right now? There's books and books and books on it.
Show me the empirical evidence for mathematics.
Where do I start?
Anywhere.
I don't know where to start.
Anywhere.
There's so many books.
Show me the empirical evidence for mathematics, Mr. Psychology.
What are some books that will show
how many fedoras do you own?
Empirical evidence for mathematics. Wait, what, dude? Wait, the empirical evidence? Dude, this is awesome for mathematics. You're fucking awesome. Mathematics. Dude, the way these guys use semantics to, like, throw people in loops. All right, Where Mathematics Comes From is by George Lakoff. You're definitely going to read this book, right? Because you care.
So you're openly admitting that you don't know?
You think I've read every book in the whole universe?
So, but you don't actually know where the empirical evidence for mathematics comes from, but yet you believe in mathematics? Why?
Do you understand? Do you understand how the world works?
But why are you so scared to answer the question?
No, do you understand? Like, do you understand that, like, there's...
But sir, why aren't you answering the question?
Yeah, let me... You
just admitted on the live that you don't know what the empirical evidence for mathematics is, and that you believe in mathematics, and then you even giggled at me condescendingly because I didn't know what it is. So my question for you remains: why do you believe in mathematics?
Because it keeps proving itself right.
What? Show me the empirical evidence for it.
Okay, I mean, okay. Where mathematics... well, here, let me give you some basic stuff. Give me basic proof. What? This is so stupid. Why
you can't do it? It's so dumb, but you can't do it. So dumb.
Okay,
so silly. So silly to ask somebody for evidence for something they believe in. Oh, it's crazy.
Wait. Dude, this is the dumbest question. I mean, but you love this stuff.
So dumb. It's so dumb. I know it's so silly. Listen, I'm just a guy who's not in any science, and I just want to know why we should believe in mathematics.
All right. So Newton's equations describe gravity. We have calculus powers.
That's evidence for gravity. What's the evidence for mathematics?
Probability predicts disease spread.
But
what else? Mathematics and nature.
That's just
spiral galaxy of a Nautilus shell.
But hold on. You're just giving me things.
Neural network models.
He's not listening.
Cognitive neuroscience.
Listen. Okay.
All those things presuppose mathematics.
Empirical success of technology, computers.
Hold on, listen, Linda, listen. All those things that you mentioned are presupposed.
All of that shit is based off of mathematics working empirically.
Right. Yes, it's based off mathematics. Show me the evidence for math, not the things that math proves.
Yeah, because mathematics is empirically true, we have computers, we have internet protocols, we have space travel, and artificial intelligence.
Right. I'm not denying mathematics being true. I'm asking for the empirical evidence of it.
Understand everything in our material reality And I think that you know this, but
Right,
you're
but
having
I am
trouble
not
grasping it.
denying mathematics. I am
Oh,
asking for the empirical
oh.
evidence for mathematics.
But what empirical evidence would you like?
Any.
Okay, so computers. What empirical evidence would you like? You're not giving me
That's
like a valid request.
presupposing mathematics.
What empirical? It's a weird question you're asking. You realize that, right?
No, it's not a weird question. Because
Is there?
mathematics is axiomatic, which means it doesn't have empirical evidence.
You're just asking confusing questions.
Do you know
It's
what
not
an
a dilemma.
axiom is?
Whoa,
Mr.
you got me.
Psychology?
Do I know what an axiom is? The number one empirical confirmation of math is that it predicts things that it predicts things before we observe them. Like Einstein's equations
That's
predicted gravitational waves.
presupposing mathematics. You're using math to prove math. That's circular. The
Why
guest is
is
only
circular
hearing what he
bad?
wants to hear.
Why does circular disprove it? I don't understand how.
Because, okay, the Bible is true because it says it's true.
But what?
The Bible is true because it says it's true.
Yeah, but the Bible. Okay, so mathematics, right? You can create something that functions from mathematics. But the Bible, you cannot create something that functions from the Bible, right?
It's completely
So
irrelevant.
no, it is. Like
It's
the
completely
Bible,
irrelevant.
so you saying the Bible is true, that is not a logical statement to take from the Bible.
I agree. It's not a logical statement.
So it's a circular
but
statement.
that's
So
what
you're going in
you said.
circles.
What's the issue with circular
But mathematics
statements?
proving Einstein's equation.
Bro, you said what's
about
the issue with
gravitational
circular
waves,
statements?
But proving
That was your
gravitational
argument.
waves
That was your
through-
argument.
Listen,
That was your argument.
can you listen
That was your
to me?
argument. That was
No,
your
you're
argument,
talking
not
over.
my
You're
argument.
talking over. You're talking over.
Yes, of
Listen,
course I'm talking
Einstein's
over you because you're not
predicting
listening. You're just what's called steamrolling.
Well, I think you're having a hard time.
Revoke his right to own a
understanding.
fedora. Atheist flop. Yeah, you have to turn in your fedora, bro.
Fedora.
Yeah, you got to turn it in.
I think your side is the one that wears fedoras.
No, you got to turn in your fedora, bro.
Religious people wear fedoras.
No, you got to turn in your fedora.
I wear fedoras.
Yeah, you got to turn it in.
You're still using the Linda meme.
Listen.
You got to turn in your fedora, bro.
That's painful. All right.
It's time.
Einstein's
Hand.
equations predicted gravitational waves.
Hold on. Hold on. I need to finish this.
Oh my God! You see, you don't let me
You got
finish.
You got to hand in your God
finish.
delusion book and your fedora. Your time
Okay.
as an atheist
I have a
apologist is
question
over.
for you. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
If God said this is right,
Thank
and
you,
this
Paul.
is
Paul the
wrong,
Baptist said with $2, keep cooking with hot fish grease. I will.
if God said this is right and this is wrong, right? And he said you have to follow this. And if you don't follow this, you will go and you'll be eternally damned and you'll burn in HE double hockey sticks, right? Is that true? Did God say this? If you do not
Say
follow
what? You said if.
if you do not follow the Bible, you'll go to hell.
No.
Oh, okay. So you can do whatever you want, and you'll still go to
that
heaven.
doesn't logically follow either.
Okay, so
What does this have to do with anything?
if you don't follow these rules,
You're doing what's called a goalpost shift.
are you a debate lord or something?
Of course, this is a debate channel.
Bro, you haven't proven anything. You made me prove that mathematics was
You still
real.
haven't proven
And I proved
mathematics.
it. I proved
How?
it. I proved
You
it.
presuppose mathematics, which is circular by
What do you mean I
definition.
presuppose? I told you.
You
Einstein
use math to prove
predicted
math.
Gravitational waves.
You used math to prove math.
What do you mean I used math to prove it? I told you. Einstein
You had to use the math to
predicted
prove
gravitation.
math.
What are you talking about?
How did he use? Okay,
I'm
what?
reading you a sentence.
How did he
I'm reading you a
prove?
sentence.
Hold on. How did he prove the gravitational pull? What did he use?
He used math to prove
So
reality.
okay, so he used
But
math.
to prove reality.
So he had to what?
To prove reality.
No. What did he? He used math to prove reality. Fine. What did he?
Your undereyes are purple.
Bro,
Your
listen.
purple.
Listen.
Purple.
Linda, listen.
Your undereyes are purple.
What?
I'm sorry. I just noticed that when you interrupted me so much. I noticed how unhappy you look.
My under eyes are purple?
Yeah, you look like a very unhappy person.
I am, because I have to deal with idiots like you. Anyways.
Why do you have to?
Anyways. Since how you're so afraid of a question. He used math to prove reality.
I'm answering everything.
You're not answering because you're not even letting me finish my sentence.
I'm doing a good job.
Here's my sentence. Here's the start. Here's the end. Here's you every single time. Beginning of sentence, end of sentence.
He proved that reality consistently happens.
Moving on, because I still haven't been able to ask my question. So God bless.
So he proved that